All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Laser Brains. We're here to review another awesome movie. I'm your co-host Mike Allen. As always, I'm joined by
Joshua Mervell, and yeah, we're going to be talking about a movie, a real weird movie, being John Malkovich.
And we're also joined by Champ Ian.
That's right.
This time, yes.
Yes.
I decided to show up. For once.
Anyway, okay, so this has been one of the most unusual movies we reviewed here because usually we review action movies and stuff like that. But this movie, there's not a lot of action. And here's the thing. I saw this in the theater. And
really?
99, I believe it came out.
Huh.
And I absolutely love this movie. And it's funny, this is a trend with our recent reviews. I think this is like, this is almost a masterpiece. And I think Charlie Kaufman, he's one of the best screenwriters of like our time, I think. And he went on to do, help me out, Josh. He went on to do a bunch of movies I forget. No, he did Adaptation. Mm-hmm. He did Synecdoche.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. He also did a movie a couple years ago that was really good.
Antkind?
Let me see the list. What is it? I'm thinking of Ending Things. Holy moly.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I think he's an actual genius. Like, if there's such a thing as a genius, I think he is one. Spike Jonze, director, of course, most famous for his work doing the Beastie Boys music videos. But he did a bunch of good movies too. Then he wanted to do his own things, like Her.
It's great.
Which is a great movie.
Yeah, a really good movie.
We'll talk about the plot of this movie. But Ian, when did you see this film?
I saw this movie, I'm going to say, right around... It wasn't right when it came out. I didn't see it in theaters. Though this was the first movie that I saw at a movie night at a bar.
Interesting.
And that's where I saw it. At cheap date night
at the
Loop.
Interesting.
Way back in the day. And Disc and Dat, I think was the name of the place that sponsored those nights and provided like a DVD player and DVDs so they could watch these movies in digital splendor. So yeah, I was enthralled by this movie, and I credit this movie into getting me into serious films.
Sure.
Right? This was the first sort of like, wow, this is an art form, not just things blowing up on screen.
And the thing is it's funny you should mention that because I remember seeing this with, or at least discussing it with our old pals, Miriam, Barbie, and Heather. And we had heated discussions at Pogo's about this film. And I think what it goes to show is, even though there was big actors and it was a Hollywood movie, it was compelling enough that people are debating about it in the bar after they see it, which is pretty freaking cool.
Oh yeah.
Now here we are 25-ish years later, we're still talking about it. And today Josh saw it for the first time.
Yesterday.
Josh?
Yeah.
Yesterday. Okay. So tell us about it, Josh.
It was strange.
Okay.
I liked it, but it was very. I feel like maybe I wasn't ready for it.
You like more action movies, right?
No. Yeah, it's really out there, and I think I wasn't vibing with it at points.
Sure.
Because I was like trying to find the meaning behind everything while I was watching it and trying to like, okay, what are they trying to say? Like, what is any of this? But then I think by the end of it, I'm like, I don't think he's really trying to say anything.
Maybe.
Like, some of the things don't really have an answer. Like why is the real world all like fucky and weird and like everything is goofy?
Let's just say, should we give a plot summary?
Sure,
not a full summary, but basically John Cusack discovers
a portal into John
Malkovich's mind.
Right. That lasts for about 15 minutes.
Right. But it goes beyond there, and then that concept expands throughout the movie. And here's the thing is that in itself is a cool concept. But the fact that they then go, okay, well, if this was true, then what would happen? And then he brings his girlfriend into the picture.
His wife.
Eventually, once he's discovered, he initially tries to use this to try to flirt with a girl that he knows at work.
Yes.
Right. And he brings her in first, and then when the wife gets suspicious,
but she doesn't use it. She just learns about it, and it's like, we can make some money off of this, right? And then when his wife finds out, she is very interested in like going. So I think she's actually the second person to go in.
I think so, yeah.
Or at least that we see. I can't remember if they started like letting people pay to use it then.
That happens later. Then by the end of the movie, we're getting lineups of people waiting to go into this portal, right?
Well, that's not even the end. That's like midway through the movie.
Sure, yeah.
We're getting and there's all of these like weird kind of layers of things. Like Maxine, the woman that he's interested in, is really kind of using John Malkovich like in real life, like in person, to kind of have these relationships with kind of random people and, you know, having a relationship with them because of the idea of like looking into one set of eyes, but knowing that there's two minds looking back is such a weird concept on so many levels. And then falling in love with John Cusack's wife, but only when she's John Malkovich. Like it's all these like weird, strange layers. And it's like, again, it's like masterfully put together because none of it makes sense, but it still is cohesive. Like it's hard to explain fully.
It's complete ridiculousness, but it all gels with itself. I think it follows its own rules.
Yeah, you're right, because Charlie Kaufman comes up with an absurd premise, but then establishes the rules and it sticks to the rules. But he also puts that situation, he reimagines it in different scenarios, and he keeps building on it, and building on it, and building on it, and building on it. And also it's all funny, like the fact that when you come out of the portal, you drop onto the
New Jersey Turnpike.
New Jersey Turnpike, just things like that, right? And then it's like Kaufman sitting there going, "Well, what would happen if? What would happen if?" And then, well, what would happen if John Malkovich went to his own portal?
Right.
Just things like that, right? And so, I remember when this came out, there was obviously positive reviews, but I remember somebody did a kind of general opinion about comedies at the time, and he was dismissing them, saying that he was calling it medium funny. This was an article in Entertainment Weekly 26 years ago. And I'm just recalling this, but like he was calling, this is like medium funny. And then he's like, like being John Malkovich. It's like, a guy discovers a portal into John Malkovich's mind. That's medium funny. It's on the, 7.5th floor?
Right, yeah.
That's medium funny, but it's not about that it's fall down funny. It's just that it's absurd.
Right.
And that it all just keeps building and building and building. And then we see the documentary, right?
Yeah.
It's just these little things. But this is what I love about stories like this is you just go along with it.
Right.
You just kind of go, I'm in 100%, right?
They do such a good job of selling this, and absurd is the only word you can use, of selling this absolutely absurd world. Nothing makes sense,
right?
No.
But everything is explained in a way that you're like, well, I guess I can't argue with that.
Exactly.
Right down to the existence of the 7.5th floor. Sitting down, watching this video, and the reasons that they give are bullshit, according to Maxine. Right. But still, it doesn't change the fact that this floor is here, and people use it because the rents are low, because of course they would be. And everything, the fact that that John Cusack is Craig, he's a puppeteer, which gives him eventually the skills to control John Malkovich, control his movements, and to not get kicked out after 15 minutes, and he becomes him. And that the entire world is completely okay with this, right? When you've got Craig inside of Malkovich and he starts his own puppeteering career using Malkovich's name, and other actors, like I lose it every time when Sean Penn is up on screen. He's like, I think if more actors are this brave, we might all start to get into puppetry. Like,
exactly.
They're
absurd, right?
Yeah.
But slavishly sticking to it, right? Not wavering at all. And I respect that.
Yep. It's funny. I forgot about that opening sequence because I used to work at a place called Blockbuster Video many a year ago.
Never heard of it.
No one has now. It's been wiped from my collective memory.
Isn't there still one of them?
There is one of them. There's one of them, I think. But I remember.
I think it's an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I remember recommending this film to somebody, And when you recommend something to someone, out of respect, you should at least give it a chance. She came back to me and she's like, oh my God, the movie was so stupid. I'm like, well, what didn't you like about it? And she's like, well, that opening credits with the puppets. I'm like, okay, well, what about the rest of it? Oh no, I stopped it after that. I didn't watch the rest of it. What the heck? So I think this proves that our society's in decline, and the fact that people are so put off just by an opening credit. Whenever anything's slightly to the left or right of the mainstream, they freak out. Mm-hmm. It's very scary. And at least, like I said, at least with this movie, it was so different from anything else coming out at the time. Just give it a chance.
It's so different now.
It's so different now. You're right.
Imagine a movie like this coming out today.
I know.
Like,
yep.
It's unheard of, really. Like, I don't know. It's really strange.
The only other people I can even think of that worked in this like area, like David Lynch is like the master of surrealism, that he'd be one, but it's still very rare to see movies like this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, even though I guess the golden age of television is done now because we're kind of in the streaming era of television. And I love a lot of TV shows, but they still play it relatively safe, relatively, I think, right? And it's still rare to find something that's this out there, I think.
This show, if this was a show on today, it would have been canceled after the first season.
And we'd never find out what happened.
It would be one of those amazing Netflix series that gets canceled after because
people can't wrap their head around it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very unique. Again, I don't think I've seen a movie quite like this. I've seen other surrealist type of movies, but even David Lynch, like, this feels different
of course.
From that. Like,
it's different.
It's bizarre.
This feels to me almost more grounded in reality while being even more absurd.
That's a good point.
Than David Lynch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a little bit more, the story's a little bit more logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even the settings are a little bit more logical. I don't know. Everything about it just feels real. But it is so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
I love how surreal the world is here, right? Like everything is a little bit bonkers, like just a little bit not right. His wife being obsessed with like taking care of animals, and there's just like constantly new animals showing up, and the chimp sleeps in the bed with them, like all these weird things. And then the office being weird. The boss is so strange. Like,
I forgot
his
about
secretary has like a hearing problem and always mishears words, and he thinks he has a lisp because of that.
Yes.
Or like holding up the sticky notes, like which one of these letters come first, and one of them's not a letter. Like,
I love
like
that.
So
I love it. It's so creative,
bizarre.
Yes.
Like it's that would not happen in the real world. Like it's, you know what I mean?
But again, it's
a
like
little
it's
too
enough,
far.
It's also it's just grounded enough that it could happen. Like one of those could happen, not all of them combined together. Right? Yeah.
And then when the characters go through the portal and they are in John Malkovich's mind, he is doing the most boring, mundane things. He's eating leftover green beans out of a takeout thing and ordering hand towels. Like it's not, he's doing nothing. And they're like, this is amazing. I can't believe that I got to experience it. I mean, it is to be able to like see.
Sure.
But like, the things that they're experiencing are so dull. It's strange.
He's talking to a cab driver.
Right. And I guess that's part of it, right? Like everybody always like, oh, I wish I could be this person.
Sure.
But like, you want to be in that person's situation, not be that person. Right? Like it's.
Yeah. Well, I think there's another thing too. Okay. So have you guys seen Adaptation?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we will screen it soon, I think, here, because I love that movie, okay?
An adaptation of what?
No, it's called Adaptation. Okay, so anyway. So it's about Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage plays two characters who are both screenwriters. And it's a movie about screenwriting, okay? So I can only think that sometimes when you're a writer, you write things about writing. And I think in a way this movie's also... I don't want to say it's about writing, but just the fact that he's got the hot girl at work and the wife that's like, okay, Cameron Diaz is beautiful, but she's downplaying her looks. It just seems like it's written by a middle-aged guy who's kind of expressing his own anxieties about his own life in this fantastical situation. And even though I don't know how the portal into John Malkovich's mind, maybe it's like you said, it's a representation of, if only I was a famous movie star,
right,
then my life would be better. But it's sort of addressing the fact that, well, no, actually, it would be just as mundane.
Right.
But that's, I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's like, could be the germ of the idea.
Well, yeah, because he's a puppeteer before he's in John Malkovich's mind. And people see it and they don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, maybe the puppeteering is good, but not good enough to be famous from it.
Sure.
And the only reason he is successful later on is because he already has the fame. Mm-hmm. So, like, even then, like, are you really a successful puppeteer if it wasn't for the fact that you were somebody else? You know what I mean? Like, it's playing off that.
Interesting.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know. There's a lot of that.
There's another possibility and I'm not saying I believe this. What if it's all just nonsense? Could it all be nonsense, Ian?
I lean a little bit in that direction.
Okay.
Not in a bad way.
Sure.
Either. Various characters react very differently to the Malkovich portal, and it means wildly different things to different people.
Right.
To Catherine Keener's character, she's looking at this as a way to make money. John Cusack is looking at this as a way to get closer to Catherine Keener. Cameron Diaz has an epiphany, completely changing her thoughts about her own sexuality.
Yes,
right.
we should talk about that, yeah.
And there's so much going on that are wildly different takes, all stemming from watching John Malkovich read the newspaper and talk to a cab driver. And none of them are really linked other than the fact that it's just this thing that exists. There's this portal. Okay. What's it mean to him? What's it mean to her? What's it mean to them? So I don't know if there's a greater message about it, because when you start to explore these, well, okay, the message is this for her. The message is this for him. The message is this for them.
Good point.
And they're completely different messages. Yeah. Right? Like, you could look at this as being some very effective trans allegory, but the movie's not about that.
Right.
You could look at this as being looking at the whole Craig's puppet career and how he was nothing until he started trading off Malkovich's name. So it's not about the quality of your work, it's about who you are. But the movie's not necessarily about that either. So there's a whole bunch of different things going on.
Yeah. It almost seems like maybe it's like, be yourself, you know, like you don't have to be somebody else to be successful or do these things. Because at the end of the movie, I feel like the two women learn their lesson and kind of decide to accept themselves, where John Cusack's character does not. And because of that, he gets trapped in somebody else's mind forever, right? Like he can't come back out. He can't, like, we know that he's, you know, trapped and always going to see out of somebody else's eyes and never going to be able to puppeteer again. Because Maxine and Cameron Diaz's character,
Lottie,
they end up together at the end of the movie.
They do, yeah.
In a romantic way. And Maxine is hesitant because she's trying to maybe stick to some norms of, like, I want to be with a man, but I'll be with you because I'm in love with you as long as you look like a man, how I want you to look. And then same with Cameron Diaz's character, like, she's kind of unsure of how she should be, but they do still end up together and they raise a kid at the end of the movie. Like,
and isn't it amazing though that, like, you know, we saw this in 99 or soon after, and we kind of just went, oh yeah, whatever. Didn't even faze us.
Right.
To think that, like, because at one point, okay, first it's Catherine Keener is having sex with John Malkovich.
Right.
No. Sorry, but who's in John Malkovich's mind? I don't remember.
Her.
Okay, but
Cameron Diaz.
Who's? Oh, yes, that's it. And but you kind of just, as a viewer, you just go, oh yeah, whatever. Like, But now you look back and go, oh, this was this was addressing an issue. I don't say issue, but that was not commonly dealt with. A topic that was not commonly. Just like if you go back to what's it called, Some Like It Hot. Have you guys ever seen Some Like It Hot?
No.
It's a great movie, but it's a joke. It's a comedy about guys who have to who have to cross-dress in order to become, they're hiding from the mafia. But at the end of the movie, there's a guy that flat out falls in love with one of the girls. And it's a running, he basically is saying, well, we can't be in love because of this. Well, we can't be in love because of that. And the very, 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 very last line of the movie, he goes, you can't be in love with me because I'm a man. And then he goes, well, nobody's perfect. And that's where the phrase nobody's perfect was invented in that movie. So, but it's like, oh, this is a gay movie, but no one thought of it as at the time. They just went, oh, well, and they laugh and they move on to the next thing. And that's kind of what this movie does. You don't really think about it. Right?
I'm honestly surprised, this being like 90s, early 2000s, that they handle that topic so well.
Right.
Like they don't ever once make a joke about this transgender idea of this woman wanting to be somebody else, or like, feel like that she wasn't born with the body that, so it's really interesting that it was done successfully, and especially in a weird ass movie like this, like where nothing really makes sense. That storyline kind of fits the theme. Yeah.
Well, I think, you have a progressive thinking writer. Well, and also even just the animal rights thing, like protecting all these animals. He's an intelligent guy, right? Like and we've seen it from his other movies. Like, so I think all of this stuff, I'm not going to say it comes natural, because one of the things I want to say about him is I've watched interviews with him where he basically says, I fucking hate writing because it's hard. It's difficult. Like, it's a struggle, but then you see what comes out of it. And I think some people say writing's easy, and I don't think those writers are good. And I think it shows in their work. But I think guys like him, I can just see him sitting there going, oh my God, okay, well, what if this happened? What if that happened? And especially if you watch Adaptation, because it's a movie about writing, you can see how it's almost like the struggle to overcome writer's block produces these insane ideas, at least for him. It's almost like ways out of it. Like, how do what if, it's almost like he's throwing ideas at a wall at first, but then he builds on it in an organic, natural way. That's how I see it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because everything that I've ever been exposed to of his has been way out there. Way out there. But also way out there in a way that feels grounded.
Yes.
It's in a way that resonates somehow. Like, I don't understand how he's able to touch on that sort of thing while having the entire movie is ridiculous.
Yeah. I think the characters are endearing. Is the thing.
Definitely.
Like, maybe John Cusack is the one character, like, he's still entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
He is our protagonist, but he kind of feels like the story's antagonist. Almost
you
the
could
whole
argue
movie.
that. You could argue that.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want him to fully take over John Malkovich.
No,
I don't want him to cheat on his wife. Like, all of these things.
Yeah,
I'm
I hate
like,
that. Of course, right.
So, but the characters are still intriguing. Like, I want to watch more of this. Like, I want to know all of these weird little different things that they're doing throughout their day. So.
Yeah, they leave it. There's just enough that it could go on forever, kind of. Yeah, that's a good point. So we've not seen Adaptation. Did you see, what was the
Let me see. Schenectady.
Did you see that?
In New York. Yes. That movie broke my brain.
Yeah, I saw it. Don't remember it, but I know it was effing confusing and bizarre and crazy, right?
Yeah. The first time I watched it, I couldn't stand it.
Okay.
And I don't know why I sat down to watch it again. Somebody might have just brought it up and said, oh, this was brilliant. Really? You think it was brilliant? I respect your opinion. I'm going to give it another shot. And the second time I watched it, I felt my brain leave my body.
Sure.
And I like it broke me in a way.
Yep.
It was just, I don't even know.
And of course,
Philip Seymour Hoffman,
who, according to my friends I hung out with the other day, is the greatest actor of like the 21st century.
He's great.
I certainly think he's up there.
Yeah.
Well, after the performance that he did in that film, my God.
We'll be talking about that one. And then everyone knows Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, a great movie.
He also wrote an animated movie, which was pretty crazy. Orion in the Dark.
Never heard of it. We should watch it.
Yeah, it's a Netflix one. I heard it was fun.
Okay, well, we should check it out. And then he also did, I have to recommend. I'm thinking of ending things because I think it came out during the pandemic, right?
2020. Yep.
It wouldn't, so nobody saw it, but it's really, really good. Very simple, straightforward, but it's really
also
good.
a Netflix.
Yep.
So he must have some sort of deal with Netflix.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. I guess I can say that, you know, you always see these people who are like, man, there's no good movies now. Well, yes, there is. There's always good movies coming out. You might have to dig a little bit, but you didn't have to dig for this. This was a big box office hit.
Right.
Like these movies are out there. Of course, this is a rarity. Like this genre is a rarity, but there's always good movies, right? Like if you're a really good screenwriter, I think you're going to rise to the top, I think. So I think people should stop complaining.
They should.
There's good movies.
They should. And watch past the opening credits, even if you see a weird puppet show.
No offense, Sarah. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Like, give it. I think the thing is like, I'm at the point where I watch so many movies and TV shows that if a movie's not a masterpiece by the first 20 minutes, I can see myself stopping it. Or a TV show, I'll give it one episode. If it's terrible, I'm not going to keep going. But if somebody, okay, this is my message. This is my final message. If you're asking me for recommendations, or if you're friends with me and I say, watch this movie, it's good, you got to give it more than 5 minutes, right? Out of respect for
you,
for me.
Yeah,
exactly. Right. Like if you told me you have to watch this movie, I'm not going to watch the opening credits and be like, oh, it's fucking garbage. Why the hell would you recommend that to me? That's just, I got to give it the respect it deserves, right?
Not recommending it for the opening credits.
Yeah,
recommending it for the whole movie.
Exactly. Right. I also love, okay, here's my other favorite thing. I love when I recommend something to somebody and then they stop it after 5 minutes, but then they recommend something to me. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I'm not going to watch your recommendation, right? Exactly. That's how it works.
This is boring. But have you ever seen Fast and the Furious?
Exactly.
Those are great movies.
Oh, okay. Don't get me wrong. This person, I love this person. She's very sweet, but worst taste in movies I've ever seen. I
hope you don't watch her podcast.
Yeah, I hope you watch her podcast. But she used to tell me that she thought, like, Deep Blue Sea with the sharks with the lasers was better than Jaws. That like Blair Witch Project 2 was better than Blair Witch Project 1. Just things like that. Like just like
Grease 2 is better than Grease.
Like come on, just a contrarian opinion. You know, like Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother is better than Stevie Ray Vaughan. Just all those opinions that no one should have. But anyway, anything else to say about being John Malkovich?
I think that John Malkovich was the perfect choice to play this character.
I know, right? Can you imagine?
That's not a joke. Like,
no, I'm serious. Like, yeah, you're saying like the fact that the character was named John Malkovich.
No. I'm saying that they cast John Malkovich.
It could have been anyone. It could have been being John Travolta.
Apparently, this was like early on. He wanted John Malkovich.
Yeah, it was always John Malkovich.
Yeah,
like he wrote it with John Malkovich
and
in
he
mind.
didn't know John Malkovich. He just liked the way that the name sounded, and they pitched this out to a bunch of different companies, and they wanted to change the actor. They wanted it to be like a famous actor.
Okay.
Like a big John Malkovich was still very famous, but like a big Hollywood like A-lister, like Brad Pitt.
Not so much a stage actor.
Right. And which apparently they had a lot of trouble getting this movie made because of that. But I think it's better for that. I think it would be distracting if it was somebody else, or it was
Tom Cruise,
because it would be it would be the focus of the movie rather than.
Because it's also one of the jokes in the movie that the cab driver doesn't know who he is, right? Because he's like semi-famous.
Oh, you're the guy in that spy thriller.
Yeah.
Maplethorpe. Is that your name?
I don't even remember that. Okay. But anyway, so I suggest we watch more Charlie Kaufman films. That's my suggestion.
Sure.
I'm down with that.
But here's the thing. If you come to movie night, you can suggest any movie you want, and maybe we'll watch it. Maybe we won't, right?
Especially if it's a Charlie Kaufman movie.
Exactly. So be sure to come out to movie night every week at Meteor. Shocktober's coming up very soon. Horror movies abound.
I'm sorry, I don't know why that really got me. It's like, you can suggest a movie, we might watch it. We might not.
Anyway, I guess, and I want to watch more movies like this. We started with, we did one David Lynch movie and never went back, but we've got to do more David Lynch.
I would love to do Mulholland Drive. Talk about that.
Yeah, such a good movie. Yeah, such a good movie. Anything else you want to say, Ian, about Meteor?
About Meteor? Not particularly. aside from come and spend money here.
All right. On weekends, you have rock and roll bands come.
Yes, we do. This
Yeah.
weekend coming up, we've got
Country and western bands.
we've got the Sea Jam Higher Ground Festival this coming Friday and Saturday. But by the time we air this,
airs,
it's
that'll
going to
be
be
dead and gone.
weeks and weeks ago.
Okay.
We got some other stuff coming up, but I have to check my phone for that.
Sure.
I'm not gonna
Well, maybe check
pull
out
my
the Meteor
phone.
Facebook page.
Yes, there you go.
Are there any other socials? Instagram?
Yeah, we got an
Anything
Instagram.
like that?
No TikTok yet, though.
Okay.
No,
MySpace.
Tic
what
Tac,
else is
no,
there?
nothing like
no,
that.
no Mastodon. No. Check us out on Truth Social.
Exactly. Okay, and so Josh, where can you find Comic Book Syndicate?
You can find all of our stuff over on our website at comicbooksyndicate.com. You can also find the video format versions on our YouTube channel, so check us out there.
Till the next time, see you later.
Malkovich.